Hey, Hickok 45 here. Kind of in a different spot, aren't we? Like, what in the world am I up to? Well, I get a lot of requests to do a sniper rifle or that sort of thing. And we happen to have something that probably qualifies here at the compound today. Again, thanks to Silencer Co. Bringing it by. And so it is 7.62 by 51. It's an AR-10 kind of a build, and has a lot of cool stuff on it. We are going to try to shoot it way out there, for me, way out there at 230 yards, see if I can hit some of the usual targets over there. This is the kind of rifle people can hit with that are long-range shooters and who are good at this, could hit something at 1,000 yards, of course. But, that's not my forte. But it's kind of fun to play around with a little bit. I know you enjoy seeing this sort of thing, and even my trying to manage it at times, right? So we've just done maybe like something once like this, I guess. So we've got a nice scope on this thing. We've got a Night Force, 5 by 5, 5.5 by 25. It's a dandy, and you can really zero in on a target, no doubt about that. Has a Magpul stock with all the bells and whistles. And it has, of all things, imagine that, a Silencer Co. Suppressor, the Spec War 7.62, which can be used for 30 caliber or even smaller caliber, 5.56, and then I think even some others. So it's not all that loud. I really don't need, even with this big powerful cartridge, the 308 to 7.62 by 51, I really don't even need my ear protection. If I were shooting it all day long, I might wear it. So we got it kind of braced here on this flimsy barrel, and probably well enough to maybe hit something out there at 230 yards. And that's what we're going to try to do. This is the AR-10 again. And for those that don't know, this was the original AR Eugene Stoner developed with Armalite division of Fairchild. He developed this the AR as an AR-10 in a bigger caliber, 30 caliber. So this is the original, basically, the AR, all right? And AR doesn't stand for assault rifle. One last time, in case there's anybody out there who still thinks that, it's from Armalite, okay? So the AR-10, this is where it all started. Let's try to hit that rifle plate over there. And I have it loaded, safety on. And I turn my hat around like any good sniper would, right? Okay. Plus, I just look cool, right? My hat turned around. All right. Now let's see if it's got a pretty good trigger in it. I can't come up with a lot of excuses because it seems to be right on. It's just going to be poor shooting if I miss, which I am capable of, as you know. So here we go. Let me find that. We don't have the ideal circumstances here. I'm having to scrunch down. Couldn't be because I'm 6'8", could it? All right, there's that plate. Let's see if I can put the crosshairs on it and maybe hit it. Oh, cool. Let's try that again. I love that sound. Nice. Big old 308. I got to hear that again. The cool thing about it, those hits are toward the center of it. There's some early hits where we tried it and adjusted the scope up a little higher, but you can actually dial them right in. So let me try some of the other smaller stuff over there. I'll try that that upper monolith in the middle between the plate and the tall one. I'd like to be able to hit one of those and watch it fall from this far away. It'd be fun. Haha! Cool. Let's try the big one. Wow, that was neat. He was falling before I could hear it. Well, I can see the tops of those smaller ones from down here where I am. Let's start on the right and see if we can pop a couple of them. If I get to missing too badly, I'll make up some excuse and give it up. How's that? Well, let's go ahead with that next one. I can barely see the top of it. That's a pretty good excuse. Sounded good. I may hit the first hill. Oh, I knew I missed it. That was a bad trigger let off. Okay. I know that one felt better. Let's try it again. One more on that one. We better go to the next one. I might be hitting that hill. I can't see it. Okay. Next one to the left. All right. Next one over. And I see one more over there to the left. Oh, so cool. Well, I got to go back and try that one again. I'm not sure where I was hitting. I think I was holding too low. Probably either too low or too high. Either that or too far left or right. Let's see. All right, rascal. All right, I was holding too high. I see the hole I was digging. Okay. All right, yeah, let's put one more on the plate for good measure. I like that sound. I don't get to be a sniper very often, you know. This is not something I get to do too often. That is cool. It's amazing what you can do. I mean, even me, you know, I don't do this kind of stuff very much at all, if ever, hardly. With a good trigger, a nice rifle, and do it fairly quietly. You know, I didn't even put my ears in because of the suppressor. So that is fun, I have to say. I see the appeal. You know, in this part of the country, we were just talking about that, how, you know, most of the hunting is, you know, 50 yards, 40 yards, 60 yards, that sort of thing. So not as many shooters in our part of the world have an orientation out to 800 yards or 500 yards and that sort of thing. And you know me, I just like to stand and shoot and whatever I'm doing. But I can see why so many of you enjoy this type of shooting, and you take a rifle like this to the range and you just pick off stuff. You know, it really is pretty cool. And again, that's a big old 308. The ammo we were shooting was some 308 168 grain boat tail hollow point. Okay, some match ammo. That's why I was shooting and able to hit. Match ammo, right? Well, it's not the ammo, it's the gun and the shooter, and of course the gun in this case and the ammo make up for my inability. But if you get a good stationary, you know, setting for your rifle, it is pretty amazing what you can do if you got a good trigger and the sights are on, which that apparently is. Now, I told you the scope and everything about the rifle. Again, the AR-10, that's where it started. You know, the AR evolved into the M16 when Colt bought the rights and you know, brought down the caliber and everything, and you all know a lot of that history, but it did start with the AR-10 and Eugene Stoner in the mid-50s. I think he started developing it in the really early 50s or even late 40s, you know. So I don't know what else I could tell you. I'd have to make it up, so I don't know a lot else to tell you. This was kind of fun to sit here in the yard with a good old barrel and just pick those guys off over there like that. I might just do it this way from now on. It's too much work to stand there and try to hit them. So hope you enjoyed that. Life is good.